Hola mi gente, como usted está? It's your boy Exodia-Man, and I got
Christian. Nice to meet you.
Christian met me in round 4 and he gave me the Oni Pela in game 3. I mean, I bricked, but I like this deck. What deck you're playing today, bro?
I am playing Rikka, Sunavalon, Therion.
How you like it so far?
I think it's insane. The Therion and Sunavalon stuff really actually just make the Rikka strategy so very playable, and the new power of the element support that came out for this deck is absolutely crazy.
Yeah. So, any shout-outs before we get into the video?
Not that I know of. I don't know anyone I could shout out.
Yeah, not the whole crew over here. We ain't gonna shout nobody over here. Hey, locals. Hey, all his friends. He forgot his friends. He forgot his friends. All right, so let's get into deck profile.
All right, so this is your main starter for the Rikka. Yeah, this is your main starter for the Rikkas. It is Rikka Petal. On normal summon, it can add any Rikka monster from your deck to the hand, and when it's in the graveyard during your opponent's end phase, it can special summon itself back out.
Okay.
This is Rikka Princess. This is one of the main reasons to play the deck now. Yeah, right. Special. You can special Rikka Princess from your hand during the main phase. While she's on the field, you can't special other than plants. That's fine. You don't run any non-plants other than Regulus.
Okay, the machine, baby.
And then from the hand or graveyard, she can tribute for cost a plant monster on the field, or if you control a field spell, one of your opponent's face-up monsters to negate the activated effect of your opponent's monster.
Okay.
Then you play 2 Primula. This is just an extender. If a monster on your side of the field is tributed, you can special summon it. It's also a pretty funny interaction with Nibiru. If you get Nibiru, you technically can special summon this from your hand. You have 2 Mudan. This is the field spell / any spell card searcher, but you're always going to be searching the field spell, which I will get to in a moment. But the last one is a 1/of Snowdrop. Okay. She allows you to special herself and 1 other plant monster from your hand by tributing on board for cost a plant monster. Okay. This one also special summons by tributing a plant monster for cost.
That's cool.
Then we have Rikka Concon. This is the field spell. This card is absolutely nuts. Yes. It allows you to, while you control a Rikka monster, set 1 Rikka spell trap from deck, and while you control this field spell, you can tribute your opponent's monsters for cost for your Rikka spell trap costs or effects. The effect one doesn't come up very often. There is one weird thing with it, but it says cost or effects. It's almost always cost.
Yes.
And then you play the 3/of Rikka Glamour. This card is a searcher, and if you tribute, you can search 2 at the same level. And am I missing a goddamn card in here?
Uh-oh, Weddy.
No, there we are. And then the last one is Rikka Sheet. This card is literally nuts. It won me so many games today. Okay. You can tribute 1 monster on, you can tribute 1 plant monster you control for cost to steal your opponent's monster. But if you don't do that, it is just a regular imperm, so it has a lot of flexibility. With the field spell, you can tribute 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field and 1 monster to steal 1 monster you control while negating its effects. It's a crazy effect. And if they get your field spell offline, you can still just tribute your own monsters for this, and it still works. It's just a turn-ending trap card.
Okay.
Next, the package for Sunvine. You start with your Sunseed Genus Loci. Yes. Genus Loci is literally the best starter in this deck. It is a level 1 normal monster, and it is insane. So, and we literally will get to this card by any costs. Literally any cost necessary. Unexpected die, 1 for 1. I will fire off a Sunvine Sowing if I need to. We are getting to this card. And then this is one of the bigger garnets in the deck. It is a Sunseed Twin, but when you resolve this, the advantage is insane. Basically, when you control a Link monster, so you would control your Link 1, you can special this guy out, and he will bring your seed back from the graveyard. Just gives you a lot of extension to go into basically any play from there.
Okay.
And then you have so Sunvine Sowing is the way you special him from deck. It burns you for 1,000, which sounds bad, but due to this way the extra deck monsters work in this deck, you basically get that 1,000 immediately back, and you end up plussing on life points. So this deck isn't crazy good in time, also.
Okay.
And that's this package. Without going into the extra deck, we're going to jump into that after. But real fast, Therion package, really simple. I play 2 Lily. It's just to keep it down to 40. You can play 3 if you are okay with going up to 42.
So there's the 1 field spell, 2...
And then 1 Regulus.
Okay.
So Lily can search you the field spell to get Regulus, and as long as you don't use the effect of Rikka Concon to set from the deck, or the effect of Rikka Snowdrop, I remember the name of this card. Don't listen to me, I'm stupid. Snowdrop, the Rikka fairy. I got it right. If you use those 2 effects, you're locked into plants. Otherwise, you're only locked into plants from the extra deck from this card, and nothing else locks you.
Okay.
So you can bring Regulus out as long as you don't use one of those 2 effects. Then you have some power cards to make this deck work. I actually play no hand traps. I play 2 Thrust.
Okay, card's amazing.
Thrust is insane.
Gets you to everything you need.
It gets you to anything you need going second, and that is what it's really there for, is to get you some of these power cards that really win you the game. Now, the other 2 cards that, so we have 2 Twin Twisters. This is because this deck loses really hard to Floodgates. So even in the side, I have even more back row Destruction, because you need to get those out. And then some of your high-hitting cards. If you get this card out while you control another plant monster,
you'll be alright.
you win the game. They can't do nothing. It stops your opponent from special summoning as long as you control a plant monster. And then Mardell, this is just a good effect, good get off of Aroma Seraphie Jasmine special, because you can search any plant monster, which lets you go into whatever pieces you're missing from your combo.
Okay.
Going into the extra deck here. All right, so the bread and butter of this deck is the Link combo.
Okay.
So you go, any level 4 or lower monster can get you into Sunavalon Dryas. This card is probably one of the strongest cards in my extra deck. If you take effect damage, you can special summon a Sunvine monster from your extra deck. And if it's link summoned using your Sunseed Genus Loci, it searches you your Sunvine Sowing.
Okay.
So with that combo, you can literally set up Search Sunvine Sowing off of the link, and then activate Sunvine Sowing, special the Sunseed Twin, burn for 1,000. Both the Sunseed Twin will get your Sunseed Loci back, and then the Dryas will get you out another body from the extra deck, which will usually be Healer. So Healer, when it's summoned, it can target a Sunavalon Link monster and get you life points up to its Link rating times 300. So when you're summoned, you get 300 life points immediately.
Okay.
You play 2 of each of these, because after you do the first 2 links, you are going to use them again. When you link those 2, you will link those 2 off to go into Jasmine.
Alright,
and
so
then
two of each, and then to go into Jasmine.
Go into Jasmine.
You got to do it all over again.
And then you have your 2 other bodies to link these off. The reason you want to make sure to do that is because when you have your Sunseed Twin and your Sunseed Loci, you link the Twin off for this guy, and then you can link this off again. This is not a once per turn. You have to use the normal monster, so it's important you use the Seed here. But you gain the life points again, you go to 86, and that will trigger your Jasmine to add any plant monster from your deck to your hand. This combo usually will end going through your Melius to get your Seed back, and then ending on a Bengal Lancer.
Okay.
And then I play a second Jasmine just as a backup copy. It's one of the best cards in the deck, so if you run into any of these fun extra deck rips, you can play through them. And then Dance Peony. This is your bailout card. If you brick hard, this card can literally turn your hand from a brick into a playable hand.
Okay.
Basically how this effect works is you declare a number 1 to 3, and then you can excavate cards from the top of your deck. And you
hoping
can
for the best. You struck out twice. I mean, once in against the match, right?
I have. Listen, it's a gamble card, but when it resolves, it can straight up win you the game.
Definitely.
Sometimes it doesn't win you the game. You know, like sometimes you gamble and you don't win. But that's what we're hoping the other end is for. So we play 2 Strenna. This card's insane. Adds any plant monster from your graveyard to your hand by detaching and then targeting. So you can even detach one of the materials it has on it and then add that back, because it detaches then targets.
Okay.
You play 1 copy of this card, Kanzashi the Rikka Queen. This is your OTK enabler. Basically what this card says is if a monster is tributed, you can special summon that, detach material, special summon that monster, and what you're going to be doing to get that OTK is you're going to be, if you have these 2 on board, it creates a straight up OTK where you swing, tribute, special, swing for game, and it is perfectly game.
Tess. That's nuts.
It literally works every time. It's beautiful.
Yes.
And then this monster's secondary effect also, when it gets tributed, it allows you to special summon any rank 5 or higher Xyz plant monster from the extra deck, which is usually your line into Sacred Tree Beast Hyperiton. This card is okay. Honestly, if I had a better option, I would be playing it, but as far as it goes, it's an interaction that plant decks can make. It's a negate during your opponent's turn for whatever materials it has attached to it, and during your turn, it can attach materials once per turn by chaining to an activation of that effect. So if you activate a spell effect, it can add a spell card. If you activate a monster effect, it can add a monster card. It's okay. It's an extra piece of interaction that the deck needs to do something with this. Otherwise, you'd be ending on this, which does nothing during your opponent's turn. That being said, I'll say is an absolutely great card for going second. It allows you to, I believe it's non-targeting, remove a card from the field. Oh no, it does target, but it targeted bounces to the top or bottom of the deck. So you can either remove a card that your opponent doesn't, that you don't want your opponent to see, put it at the bottom of the deck, or if they have something that's kind of bricky on their board, you can put that to the top of their deck.
Okay.
Or for extra deck monsters, you just bounce them, which is always nice.
All right.
So yeah, we got Melius.
Yeah, we did all that.
We did all that.
Yeah.
We did this. Did we go over Bengalancer?
Yes, the compose. Correct.
Yes, because that card is also absolutely crazy.
Insane. This card is insane.
This card literally carries you through so many matches, and like one of the best parts about playing this deck is almost all of its removal is non-destruction. You gotta bounce. This is a destruction, sure, but this is just a tribute, which is the funniest version of it, because it's just destruction with a fancy name on it. Yep. All it does is destroy, but it says tribute, so you can tribute their Shangri-La or whatever, and say, fuck it. No, I don't give a fuck about that.
Thanks for having me, bud. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
and yeah. Deuces!